Good evening. This is CTV News for September 6th. I'm Byron Scott.
And I'm Janine Samuels. Thanks for joining us. A large fire at a Greenbelt apartment complex draws emergency crews from across the region. Authorities say the massive response helped minimize damage and injuries. Patricia Vallone is standing by with the story.
When I came, I opened the front door to get out, and the whole place was a lot of smoke. I couldn't see, so I used the patio door so that we all get out.
Hillary Duo is one of dozens of tenants evacuated during a second alarm fire this morning at Franklin Park Apartments in Greenbelt.
It was about 10:30 this morning when our 911 center received multiple calls reporting a fire on the third floor of a three-story garden-style apartment building.
Berwyn Heights and College Park firefighters were the first to arrive at the building located in the 9300 block of Edmonston Road.
When they first arrived, they had heavy fire conditions coming from that unit and heavy smoke from the attic area. The fire had extended up into the attic, but due to the quick work of the same two companies, they were able to limit the extension of the fire up into the attic area. So they did a great job by those two initial arriving units, and the other units have started to arrive after them.
Authorities say it was the top unit in this apartment building in the back that caught fire. There were 11 units where they cut utilities off. 3 of those were vacant, but it has displaced 8 families.
Bernita Wilson is one of the displaced tenants.
I stay in the front part where it happened in the back, so I don't know if, at least tonight, I think we're going to be with the Red Cross because they just starting to set up. So I really don't know what all is going to happen, but so far that's what's happening because it was in the back.
But everybody's safe?
Everybody's safe, yes ma'am.
Fire officials say, fortunately, there were no injuries. From Greenbelt, Patricia Vallone, CTV News.
Fire investigators are working to determine the cause of the fire and estimated damages.
Well, the town of Cheverly has been shrouded with a mystery odor that has lingered over the area for the past several days. Residents say they got the first whiff of the foul smell over the weekend. Many have described it as noxious and say it's so repugnant it wakes them up at night. Town leaders reached out to environmental officials, the water company, the gas company, and fire department, hoping to find out where the smell was coming from.
Smelled like gas all over the whole neighborhood, to the point where even other neighbors I encountered, we were all smelling it.
It did dissipate over the course of the day, and that's the thing. When you have a smell that's gone away, how do you find where it came from? So yeah, it's kind of hard to figure out, and I know that people are still looking into it. My office has been fully engaged with trying to figure it out, but so far no luck.
And town officials say they will share the details about the odor's origin once they find out.
A tragic ATV accident claims the life of an 8-year-old boy. Camille Bonilla Reyes died on Tuesday, days after the incident on Janice Lane in Temple Hills. According to police, the child was one of 2 passengers on an ATV driven by a 15-year-old boy. The victim was apparently sitting on the vehicle's gas tank when it flipped over. Police are stressing tonight that it's illegal to drive ATVs on county roadways.
And the city of College Park is cracking down on wild parties by students in the area. Next week, the city council will introduce an ordinance that gives the city new ways to deal with the issue. The regulation will target behaviors like underage drinking, excessive noise, traffic, and public drunkenness. Other violations include fighting, littering, and crowds that spill into the streets.
I live right there, and I haven't really been bothered by loud noises, so I feel like it won't really affect me that much. Right. But I guess that's a good thing for especially residents that aren't students here and that are actually affected by parties and stuff.
Next week.
As Hurricane Durian pummels the Carolinas, rain and strong winds are being felt in southern Maryland and on the eastern shore, including in Ocean City. This is video of beaches from city cameras earlier today. The National Weather Service says that waves up to 10 feet high and minor flooding in Ocean City are possible. A tropical storm warning is in effect for St. Mary's, Dorchester, Wacomico, Somerset, and Worcester counties.